This exercise isn't designed to address any specific thought or problem you may have. It's just to allow you to experience some insight into the nature of thoughts and to give you a skill that you might find useful to free yourself more easily. With some practice, like anything you practice, it might become more of an unconscious reflex, which will make a larger difference. And if you understand the nature of thoughts, they no longer hold you. As thoughts are not facts, they are just thoughts. And when you can let these go, in that moment you connect with some kind of inner peace. It's a great experience. So this is a little introduction to how this can be when you have some flexibility in how you might relate to your thoughts. So find yourself a comfortable place to sit, somewhere where your back is supported. Perhaps your feet gently placed on the ground. And if you haven't closed your eyes already, you can close them now. And I invite you to imagine that you're sitting on the bank of a river. It might be a river that you know well, or one that you'd like to completely make up. Wherever it is, find yourself a comfortable place on the riverbank where you have a good view of the water, which is gently flowing past. You might like to imagine it to be a beautiful day, the sun shining just right. You may notice some leaves on the river, gently flowing past with the current. They come from upstream. They pass by and gently taken by the current downstream and completely out of sight. And as you sit and focus on the river, you may also become aware of other thoughts. But in this moment, focusing on the river and on those leaves that come and go. But as you begin to allow yourself to become aware in these moments of those thoughts that might arise in your mind, as you keep your attention on the river, I invite you to imagine what it might be like if you could take those thoughts, place them on one of those leaves that's passing, and allow them both to just drift away. As you keep your mind, your attention on the river, and the river is flowing, and the leaves that come and go. And should any thought pop into mind, taking that thought, placing it on a leaf, and allowing it to just drift away. As your attention remains on the river, returns to the river. Any thought that may pop up, you may wonder, am I doing this correctly? And that is just a thought. Take that thought, place it on a leaf, and allow it to just drift away. Let it disappear along with the flow and the river and the leaves and the thoughts that just flow in this moment. And you can notice just how easy it is for you to place thoughts on leaves and let leaves float out of sight and float out of mind. As you focus on the river, comfortably bringing your attention to the river and the leaves and the flow. And in the last few moments of this exercise, you might consider deeply everything that this experience might know now that is useful for you now. In recognizing how thoughts can come and go and just flow. As your attention returns to this moment, as you're comfortable in yourself, noticing where your attention comes back and your experience now of a river that flows and leaves that come and go and thoughts that come and go and thoughts can connect to leaves that just drift out of mind, out of sight, as your attention returns to right now. And you can maybe just take a deep breath, sit yourself up straight, perhaps open your eyes if you're ready, and just reflecting on that exercise, things that you feel now differently, and how that might be useful in everyday life. When you allow your mind to be free of the thoughts that can take it away. And like I mentioned, practicing something like this daily, and it doesn't have to be for a long time, a minute or two, just feeling that freedom can build, you become better at it, it becomes easier. And you might notice a difference that this makes in your day-to-day life. And as you get better at it and get a bigger response to it, it'll make a bigger difference. So however you choose to use it, I wish you luck.